After 9 years of things that are stranger, it's time. And for a lot of people, especially after certain instances as of late, that can seem scary. Because when you love a show or movie series, the thing you want more than ever is for it to end well. Writing finales is generally pretty hard, and even when it's done overall pretty well, mistakes can be made, some ends may struggle to meet in a satisfying way, and freaks on Tumblr might not be too happy. But it's important for a show to end, because, well, you know, Stranger Things is a show loved by myself and many other people around a media-covered world for many reasons. It digs deep into 80s nostalgia, which is definitely getting nauseating for a lot of people right now, but it's handled pretty well here. It's also a show with great characters who feel layered and fun to watch, usually. Well-done dialogue that conveys information and personality well, and a lot of good mystery aspects, especially in the first 2 seasons, all throughout really, and it's just generally really fun and charming. Honestly, it's actually pretty light-hearted in comparison to some other shows, so that's pretty cool too. It stayed this way too, though some problems emerged around season 3 and 4. Some characters get left behind a bit and become sorta smelly. Sometimes there are pacing issues or scenes and plotlines are just not on. And oh my god, there are literally 0 good guy main characters who are that within more than 1 season who die permanently anywhere. But still, the show was successful throughout these 4 seasons, with many song revivals, shipping debates, this, that, and the other. But now we have a final season, and the monkeys with smartphones were pretty hyped. Volume 1 takes place in 1987, and features a cast who are mostly adults, and a lot of people seem to complain about this, but Joe Keery was 24 when he played Steve, who was as old as they are now, and nearly all teenage media used adults, especially ones of the 80s, and girl, what are you gonna do? Replace a beloved cast who betrayed the characters throughout all that time, or keep him from one season where, let's be real here, they barely even look out of place. Anyway, Holly actually exists this time around, so that's good. I mean, maybe I have a younger sister who I just completely forgot about living in my house, but yeah, Holly is honestly a great character throughout the season. The scene where Mike gives her a figurine feels really wholesome and nice and fitting, and seeing her go through the Alpha Twink's mind with Max is really cool. Also, Derek. Maybe having a chubby dumb kid as a comedic character isn't really special, but come on, he's delightful Derek. And Will actually gets proper development. I personally always cared about and liked him, even when the Duffer Brothers didn't. That scene of him talking with Mike about being a sorcerer, and his interactions with Rock and Robin, who's also really great this season, are wonderful. I mean, having the 2 LGBTQ characters develop a bond is pretty obvious, but it's still pretty great. It just feels really good to see Will be able to catch a break and understand himself better than he ever did before, you know? And Erica is probably her best showing ever with the whole
"And I told you to eat your damn pie"
scene. The Wheelers being attacked is really well done. I like when Karen comforts Holly thinking she was just imagining a monster like any other child, but then sees blood. Though I feel like the fact that no one dies makes it feel a bit weaker, although I guess the writers didn't give the other Wheelers as much attention as they should have beforehand, so maybe it was too soon. Also, why does Mike care so little? His parents almost died, and his sister's missing, and he's just kinda sorta nonchalant, Will having powers at the end of that whole scene in general is a really amazing and impactful ending to the volume though. Him remembering Robin's words and then remembering when he was little and coming to terms with who he is very powerful. But now for the parts that are a little bit ungood.
I say kick away. Stop this meathead from reproducing and further infecting the world with his unique brand of idiocy.
You selfish, chauvinistic meathead!
Yeah. These sorts of lines don't happen that much in the volume, but yeah. And also, this probably doesn't matter all that much, but why do I treat Hopper like he's really old and stuff? It's only been a year and a half, and David Harbour probably wasn't even 50 when filming. And the whole thing of Jonathan and Steve doing a measuring contest and both trying to get Nancy's attention in season 5 was pretty stupid. There are some other problems too, but it's still overall quite good, as a batch of episodes, and to a degree as the first part of the final season. And when you put it like that and just say the most notable parts, it sounds like it's pretty diva. And most of the audience agreed, with the hype mostly staying around in the following weeks. But then came Volume 2, and viewers were much more mixed. That's probably putting it gently. There were several problems people had with these 3 episodes. But one of the main ones was definitely that there just wasn't really much that happened. Very few scenes were really all much talking, important feeling, revealing, or tasty. We found out the Upside Downs, a wormhole to a place called the Abyss, I guess, which is cool. There are obviously a few emotionally driven scenes which are mixed, but it still doesn't really feel intense or epic enough to be the penultimate episodes of a grand finale. Especially episode 7, like seriously. Like, oh my guy at. The whole thing of Dustin fighting with Steve is alright, but what sort of feels a bit more forced than scenes like this in the show previously, and it's sort of hard to pinpoint why. I feel like them getting back together is handled well though, as it shows Dustin's grief over losing Eddie and not wanting to lose someone like that in his life again in a really powerful and believable way. The unproposal scene between Nancy and Jonathan is honestly really sweet, even if it does feel really weird if this is supposed to be a breakup, which I didn't really understand when watching it, and I think that's the same for most people, honestly. Then there's Max and Holly. While some of their interactions along the way are nice, as everyone has pointed out, why the hell did Max give a 10-minute long speech to a 7-year-old girl instead of running to her mortally endangered friends who were waiting for her to be rebooted, and then left the 7-year-old girl in the danger of the Alpha Twink's mind? Derek didn't get enough screen time. Though I can sort of understand why this 11-year-old kid is so afraid of this lovely man telling him that if he resists, he will kill his whole family. Also, you know what this reminds me of?
I will kill your wife. I will kill your son. I will kill your infant daughter.
Still lame, but whatever. The dialogue honestly doesn't feel as well done as in previous seasons, with a lot of it feeling like it was made for all those consumers on TikTok. Generally, this show has great humor that comes from the characters and their conflicts and feels natural and genuinely charming, but this isn't really that. Your Mom jokes have existed since before the Enlightenment, but this still feels really cheesy. Also, the scene where Lucas is about to be attacked by Demodog looked like it would matter in the trailer, but then when you see the episode, you barely know what stopped it. Like, girl, what happened there? Will coming out should be really powerful, it just sort of doesn't work as well as it should for a couple of reasons. First of all, why does it do it to literally everyone important of the show? Tumblr may not have invented gay people, both now and especially in the 80s, he should have just talked to either Dustin, Lucas, and Ike, or his family. I still think this is a necessary scene to do, as I'm not an alt-light hive mind zombie, but it could have and should have been handled better. Carly's back. Yay! Okay, admittedly it'd probably be a bit too embarrassing to have a whole Lost Sister episode, and then just not bring it up again ever, but my god is she lame. Lots of people say that they don't trust her, but I feel like it's pretty unlikely she's a pretender amongst themselves. Instead, she's just lame. One more thing that's on a lot of people's minds. No one died. In every single season, someone died by this point, like in season 2 where Bob got killed, or season 3 when Alexi died, but in the final season, nothing! Vicky, Karen, Ted, maybe even Joyce, or just anyone important really. Someone has to go. Seriously. I guess Vicky dying in the hospital to Demodogs would feel a lot like Bob. But still, I and the rest of the fanbase love all the characters of the show. We really do. But I swear, if no one kicks the bucket in the finale, then I will kill everyone in the world, and then myself, and then be really mad. And a finale is what's coming up. If I only could, and we could deal with God, and get him to swap these volumes places. This volume being a bit of a nothing burger makes the finale have to try as hard as it can to be an everything burger within 2 hours. It can be good. Possibly better than all the other episodes of at least this season. But it will always be burdened by what has been. My message is this. You do you. Enjoy or not enjoy whatever you like, and don't stop others from enjoying or not enjoying whatever they like. And, to the Duffer Brothers, don't screw this up.
Goodbye, Bronwyn. Bronwyn, goodbye. Goodbye, Bronwyn. Bronwyn, 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 goodbye, bye-bye.